Hello and welcome to this tutorial. In this video, we'll be looking at installing Flowise using Docker. The first thing we need to do before doing this is install Git. Just search for Git download in your web browser, select downloads, and then download for Windows. Click here to download and start the installation process. Then you just select the correct options by clicking next, and then let Git start installing on your system. All right, now we are done with our installation of Git. Now we can go back here and go to GitHub, where we see the Flowise AI repository. What we are going to do is copy this URL. Now we go to our local file explorer. In your C directory, create a folder called Flowise. Then you type cmd to open a command prompt from your directory. We are going to use git clone followed by the URL. Okay, now we have successfully cloned the repository from GitHub. We open this Docker folder. Now we right-click on this .env example file. Then we click Edit in Notepad, and we copy the content of the file. We open our code editor, make sure the same Docker folder is opened. Then we create a new file named .env, paste the content here, and save the file. You could as well rename the .env example file to .env. Now we want to install Flowise using Docker. If you don't have a Docker engine, watch my video on how to install Docker Desktop. Now I will run the command docker-compose up dflag. Docker Compose successfully built the Docker unit using Docker Compose up. Now we see a network named Docker Def container named Docker Flowise 1 has been created. If you go to the Docker Desktop, you can see a running container, which includes Flowise. You can have access to it through localhost. This is another way to install it using Docker. Here we see the Flowise Docker container. We see that Docker is running on localhost 3000. This is one way to install Flowise using docker-compose.yaml. We see the logs of the container here. We will stop this container from running so we can see another way to install Flowise using Docker. Now, the next thing we will learn is we're going to use Docker build to build the image from the Docker file in the current directory. This command here is going to build the Docker image. All right, our Docker image has been built successfully. Now I want to run this image in a container. We're going to use this code, docker run-d flag, and then the name of the container. We are specifying it as Flowise. And we are exposing port 3000 and then the name of the image as Flowise. We hit enter to run this particular code. All right, our container has been created successfully. If you go to Docker Desktop, you'll see the container Flowise and the image name Flowise exposed on port 3000. And we can open this in our local browser. All right, and now here we have it running on localhost 3000. This video shows us the two ways to install Flowise using Docker, using either the Docker Compose up or building the Docker image and running it in a container. Thank you very much for following through this tutorial. Don't forget to like and subscribe.